Good day everyone. Today I will discuss to you the topic physical activity and exercise. By the way, my name is Bill Christian Daroy, and let's proceed now to the lesson discussion as well. There are three main points that I want to elaborate. The first one is physical activity is an essential component for wellness, especially for children and adults. The second one is getting children involved in physical activity as part of their wellness routine and to prevent obesity is a common sense idea. Not just obesity, but also type 2 diabetes, cancer, and high blood pressure, and etc. And the third one, many groups in the government sector are calling for change to counteract this trend of inactive children whose weight is becoming a major health issue. Let's proceed now to the 2008 Physical Activity for Americans Key Guidelines for Children and Adolescents. There are four main topics that I want to elaborate. The first one is these guidelines evidence suggests that children's bones health, body composition, cardiorespiratory and muscular fitness will improve. The second one, it also recommends that children be physical active for 60 minutes a day on most days. The third one, these activities don't have to be complex to be fun for children. And lastly, it is important that children have at least 1 hour of unstructured active play every day. The continuation, infants should not be inactive longer than 1 hour unless they are sleeping. Therefore, infants should be taken outside to 2-3 times a day as tolerated. And lastly, toddlers should be provided with 30 minutes of unstructured play every day, several segments for a total of 60 to 90 minutes. There's this saying that preschoolers should have at least 1 hour of structured play that allows for movement and physical activity. So let's proceed now to the next topic. Aerobic, most of the 60 or more minutes a day should be either moderate or vigorous intensity. Aerobic physical activity and should include vigorous intensity physical activity at least 3 days a week. Next one is muscle strengthening as part of their 60 or more minutes of daily physical activity. Children and adolescents should include muscle strengthening physical activity on at least 3 days of the week. And lastly, bone strengthening as part of their 60 or more minutes of daily physical activity. Children and adolescents should include bone strengthening physical activity on at least 3 days of the week. Children can engage in many physical activities, and different activities help different parts of the body to stay fit and healthy. Children should play outdoors daily when the weather and environmental conditions allow. Third one, combining music with movement is a wonderful way to promote children's physical activity. Also, most children enjoy dancing and it helps them learn control of their bodies, help them to coordinate their movements. It is important to encourage young people to participate in physical activities that are appropriate for their age, that are enjoyable, and that offer variety. Lastly, the teacher's main job is to offer a safe place to be active and provide structure and opportunities to be active. A safe place to play or be active and opportunities and structures for play will benefit infants and toddlers to school age children. There are types of physical activities. There are two types. Number one is vigorous intensity aerobic and number two, moderate intensity aerobic. So vigorous intensity aerobic. There are seven. The first one is active games involving running and chasing such as tag, bicycle riding, jumping rope, martial arts such as karate, running, sports such as soccer, ice or field hockey, basketball, swimming, and tennis, and cross country skiing. In the moderate intensity aerobic, there are three. So, number one, active recreation such as hiking, skateboarding, inline skating, bicycle riding, brisk walking. So, the continuation of types of physical activities. So, there are two. So, muscle strengthening and bone strengthening. So, there are six types of muscle strengthening. So, number one, games such as tug of war, modified push ups with knees on the floor, resistance exercise using body weight or resistance bands, rope or tree climbing, sit ups, curl ups, or crunches, and lastly, swinging on playground equipment bars. In the bone strengthening, there are five things to remember. So, number one, games such as hopscotch, hopping, skipping, jumping, jumping rope, running, sports such as gymnastics, basketball, volleyball, tennis. So there are key points to remember. So so there are eight things that I will be elaborating or discuss. So number one, when children have more room to more move their bodies, they can be more physically active. Number two, the early education environment should be set up to make room for children to be active and safe. Number three, space should be planned in accordance with the age and developmental levels of the children. Number four, when children are engaged in active outdoor play, they should be closely supervised for safety. Number five, children who watch a lot television are likely to be less physical fit and more overweight and to have distorted knowledge of nutrition. Number six, teachers can also remove temptations to inactivity such as television. This may enhance greater exercise and movement for children in early childhood education environments. Uh, Number seven, overall preschool and school age children are active on a daily basis. Large motor activities offer them the exercise they need. The physical years are especially important for gross motor or locomotor development. And lastly, running, hopping, skipping, climbing, and jumping are motor activities that come naturally to young children. So, thank you for listening. I hope you learned something.